So, first and foremost, let's just talk a little bit about Geoguessr as a game, and kind of where do you start? And I think the key point to starting a Geoguessr is where do you even decide to play on? Um, what's like a recommended map? Where do you guys think as a newish player where would you kind of go to kind of enjoy the game and maybe look to improve and see how that goes? What maps would you guys suggest?
Definitely
I
not the world map.
yeah, don't go on the world map. I would say probably a diverse world. I think the locations aren't they're often not that difficult and also not many like tricky locations compared to some other maps like a balanced world. So I would say probably start off with a diverse world.
Yep, definitely. And also the old diverse world 2.0 or 2.x, as it's called now, I think. I mean, us experienced players now roughly every location in that map, but it has tens of thousands of locations. And for new players, it's the best because the new diverse world, it's a bit repetitive, I think. It should be a bit, uh, put a bit of more work into it.
Okay, a little bit of
Yeah,
feedback there on the diverse world. So in terms of what makes say like the core GeoGuessr maps, like let's say like America or the world map, like what what makes them bad for when you start the game out?
well, I
Uh,
think you want to try and like see the whole world. If you want to be good at the game, you can't be good at like just one country. I mean, I understand there's like some people who are like really good at certain countries, but I would say that like overall you need to try and like do good at other countries as
yeah.
well.
And if it's their home country, I'm sure they want to play their home country. But the official maps of the countries are pretty bad, especially if it's Australia or the United States, because it has so many bad cameras. It's unbelievable. Old camera from pre 2008, where it's only blurry. That is not fun. And many great players have created maps of that countries. That's way better. Just search for the map in the bar and play that, and don't play the official maps.
Yeah, certainly a couple of names that come to mind. I know of at least. Wolf Trekker, very strong map creator. Mapper also being another one. Is there any other names that you guys would recommend checking out?
Simi has a few great maps. Simi 998.
Yeah, Simi has a lot of country specific and continent specific maps, so yeah.
Solid. Okay, so we've decided. I mean, I kind of was introduced this game, and when I started streaming it, almost immediately people said, "Oh, you should play a diverse world." So I mean, pretty much since then, that's the kind of map I've stuck to, and yeah, I think it does give you like a very good kind of varied experience of like a decent global map. So I can definitely attest to that. I mean, in terms of that, I mean, they're the maps. When it comes to game modes, I know recently GeoGuessr's, I mean, long overdue. I think some would argue had a bit of a revamp in terms of what's available for game modes. It's no longer a simple single player or challenge. We've now got the country streaks, and we've also got the options to limit the game mode. So instead of artificially stopping yourself from moving, there's now an option to like fully cut that off and stuff. So I guess for you guys, with the intention to improve in mind, what would be your recommendation for a game mode to kind of stick with? Do you think country streaks is the best place to go? What do you think about moving? No moving. What's your thoughts?
At the very start, I'd reckon to move, definitely. But as soon as you've got a bit of experience, just do a no moving because on, for example, say a diverse world, you have many great clues around. Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. I think that like try and move around, find some clues, get a like gist of every like area of the world, and then once you start like understanding different regions, you can um start playing country streaks and whatever.
Okay, yeah, and I think I I've never actually played the game like properly with moving. Maybe that's put me at quite a disadvantage because I was introduced to the game from the classic no move, no pan, no zoom, 10-second Geoguessr guesses, and I guess that's always appealed to me. But I think that's probably slowed down on um, certain bits of information I would have picked up otherwise. So I mean, Country Streaks is now a,
Definitely.
a game mode in and of itself. I mean, have you guys played much of the Country Streaks game mode? What's your thoughts on it?
I've personally just played it a few times at the beginning, but it's a fun game mode. I mean, you can do it for yourself on normal maps as well, but yeah, it's nice to see a change in GeoGuessr.
Yeah, I haven't played it like too much. I think that the locations do get slightly repetitive because they
Mm.
are like official, like picked by the GeoGuessr developers or whatever, with their own system. So um, they do get a little bit repetitive. But I think if you're trying to do country streaks as a start, like I think that would be a pretty good place to start.
Okay. And when it comes down to time limits and that sort of stuff, do you guys think that unlimited time helps? Do you think playing with like a few minutes, like what would your recommendation be if you were trying to challenge yourself but you're quite new? Is where do you think time? How do you think time impacts?
Per- Personally, I think right at the beginning, do it without a time limit and do it with moving because it's you learn by playing it. I had no idea about road signs of the world, for example, and when I moved and saw a road sign and saw that in Google Maps, the symbols of different roads are the same as on the signs, that helps a lot, and you can start to differentiate certain languages. It gives you a good advantage, I'd say.
Hmm.
Okay. And I guess, Nighty, you've been playing Geoguessr for quite some time. RC, I'm not quite as aware of how long you've been playing for, but how's the game developed in that time? Do you think it's kind of easier to get good at this stage, or do you think it still requires like the same level of work as it did a few years ago?
I think that it's changed a lot. Like nowadays, you see like new players who have just popped up and they're already like doing really good. And I think that has to do with like the amount of content you have available nowadays,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like provided like such as the stuff we're doing here, this podcast. So,
Mm,
you
well,
know,
well said, well said.
Definitely. But on the flip side, it's also harder for new players because, as I said, I've started playing 5 years ago, and back then that was just a limited amount of countries that were available on Google Maps.
Mm.
And nowadays, every few months, you see new countries getting added.
I actually
So
didn't even
it adds
consider
up.
that. Yeah. I didn't even think about that. Actually, the map's growing